Hi, welcome to another episode of Don't Quote Us. Today I got Alex with me.
Hello.
And Alex, we're going to do a little bit of introduction, but we're going to do some gaming news, gaming discussion, and just kind of what's been going on the last month because it's been a while since we've had one of these. Got a little PC over here. So what we want to do first is I want to find out from Alex, like where she started with gaming, you know, and then where she's at now. So
Yeah.
Would you say Genesis you started on?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I'd be at my sister's house and we played Sega Genesis. I'd be locked in the bedroom playing, you know, just for hours and hours playing Sega Genesis. Sonic. It was just Sonic over and over, yeah. So that was like my big one when I was a kid. And then got a PlayStation. And that was my newfound glory, and you know, all the Tekken games.
Any specific games on those systems?
Tekken.
Tekken? Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. Tekken and I think Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
I think Renee was all about Tekken too, my wife. So
yeah.
That makes sense. Crash Bandicoot, and they
Yes.
did you get the Crash Bandicoot?
I did not get it, but I've seen that they have the trio out for
Switch, and then the racing one is coming out.
Okay.
That was on
CTR
PlayStation.
Racing?
Yeah.
I played that all the time.
That's coming out again on the Switch too. I think
cool.
it's on all three systems actually, but
Okay.
you know, as
Yep.
always, don't quote us. So what are you buying now? You got the Switch, right?
Yep.
Is that the only console you have of the current generation?
Yeah, because before the Switch, the newest one that I had was a PlayStation 2. So
Wow.
yeah, and I had a Wii, but that's it's not really
At this point, the Wii is 13 years ago. If you think about it, I mean
the Switch is definitely
a long time.
Yeah, the Switch is definitely the newest I have, and yeah.
So what kinds of games do you like when you have your choice about what you're buying? I know money.
Yeah.
You know, she's a college graduate. What, Masters?
Masters, yeah.
Masters. Okay, so that's a lot of money. So you're working now.
Yes.
You're doing good.
Yes.
So now with that money, you can buy any game you want.
Well, I ended up just buying the Rocket League. So I was going between Mario Tennis Aces and Rocket League. And I like sports games, so I was looking for something kind of in that genre.
Okay.
And I played Rocket League at your house that one time.
I suck at Rocket League so bad.
Yeah, well, I found it and it had like the DLCs in the game because it's the hard copy of it.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it was.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate downloads or whatever.
That's great.
Yeah, so I have that's kind of my new one, but a lot of Fortnites being played, a lot of Super Smash Brothers.
I gotta say, I get in Fortnite too. We play together sometimes, and Smash Brothers. Who doesn't love Smash Brothers? I will say, actually, we can start the gaming discussion a little bit. Smash Brothers. I don't know if you know, they're bringing the Home Run Derby back.
No.
That's coming back in it, and I think it's the level editor they're bringing back.
I heard about the level editor.
Modes. Yeah, and they were. I had noticed in the last Nintendo Direct, there's two blurry screens they showed with a question mark in front. I was trying to figure out what they were, and that's supposedly people data mined, and that's what we're getting.
Okay.
We're getting the Home Run Derby back, and we're getting the level editor. So hopefully they'll have the level editor sharing, so you can share levels.
Yeah, that'd be a cool feature for sure.
I don't like it when you just build something great and you can't share it with the world.
Yes.
Just put up a picture and be like, make this. You know? I don't think that's the best way.
Yeah, well, I mean, and one thing in Fortnite, they kind of did that with the create your own.
Yeah. I don't get into that, but some of the stuff people come up with. Number one, I wish I had that kind of time. I really do.
Yes.
And number two, I wish I was young again, so I had that creativity because I think the working world just ripped it out of me. All I know how to do is my job now and be a dad. That's about all I got left. You know. And then,
It's fair point.
So digital versus physical. You saying there you bought physical.
Yeah.
So do you go for physical whenever there's a physical release?
I tend to go for physical.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Not going to lose the cartridges?
No.
Some people hate carrying these cartridges around. They just buy all digital. They put a 500 gig, SD card in there and go all digital. But
I tend to still not trust digital all the time. Like obviously it's going to be fine. It's going to be on your cartridge. But if I can have a physical version of a game, I'd rather have that.
Oh yeah.
Where I know I have control of that, and I have my little case. I'm good.
10 years from now, 20 years when the servers aren't there anymore, and it's not able to be downloaded. Yeah, exactly. That's why I like. But I mean, the problem is, with the patching these days, you're going to not have those patches available. I mean, I'm sure people will figure out some way for you to get the patches again, but God, that's what kills me is game preservation, and they talk about this a lot online. A lot of people talk about is how do we preserve these games that there's no way to like have them because they're digital only. You know, how do you preserve something that you can't actually own or keep a physical copy of?
Yeah.
There's not really a great way, but you know, that's where the world wants to go. And I don't know if you saw this week, and I don't know if you guys saw this week, Google actually revealed Stadia. So it's going to be completely streaming gaming only. So imagine you're on YouTube and you're watching a video. Okay, not this video, but you're watching a video like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and there'll be a play button, and you click on this play button, and you can play the game like right away. Now, we don't know if you have to buy the games or you buy the service like Netflix, or if it's a buy per, like more like Ultraviolet or Voodoo or something. But you go right into the game within 5 seconds. It's no boot time, no patching you have to do. You don't have to download anything. And you can go right from playing on your phone to playing on a Chromebook to playing on the PC to playing on your TV even with this wireless controller, which I think to play on the TV via Chromecast, you have to have the controller. But it's just they're allowing you to switch and continue and leave off anytime. So it's all about accessibility and being able to go anywhere at any time with it.
Which the Switch started doing with its, capabilities.
But I like that because you actually have the, you own the games and stuff. I just don't feel like I want to always be doing streaming, especially with data caps. Now they're talking about 4K, and they said even 8K at some point. Great. A lot of people have Comcast or Xfinity, whatever the hell they're calling that service these days, and they data cap you at 1 terabyte. When you hit that data cap, they start charging you extra.
So what are you going to do when the new big game comes out and suddenly you want...
I played all the video games I can this month, and now I can't even go on, weather.com, because now I have no data left.
Now the essentials are just out the window.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, until we get to a country where we have unlimited data and we have better data speeds, because our data speeds at times suck. Mine sucks most nights. I mean, I can't play Fortnite sometimes. It's just like I lag so badly. I get shot and I'm like, who shot me? And then my guy is, I never climbed that mountain. Yes, I did. I was up there. But until they fix those data speeds and stuff, funny comment, actually. I think it was the guy that runs Microsoft. He basically said, well, the industry will have to adapt, that these cable companies will have to stop putting data caps and stuff. No.
It's a money hole. They're not going to
They're not going to. They're not going to change it. No. And I just think that it's a failed business until they don't have all the pieces in place to really facilitate this. But,
for sure.
Google Stadia, I'm going to take a wait and see on it. I'm not really needing it. I have my Switch if I want to go gaming anywhere.
Yep. I agree.
Something else that came out this week, actually I talked to you about it earlier, but Castle Crashers Remastered, which I loved Castle Crashers. I still have my Xbox 360 upstairs and play it still. We played it together.
Introduced by Jeremy to it,
It's
definitely
fun.
enjoyable. I like
Four-player
that game.
fun. This is going to have some new stuff, all the DLC they ever put out, which I don't have. It's going to all be built in. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with that game.
No.
But Behemoth specifically said, people were like, why don't you make a number 2? Why don't you make a number 2? They said, we did a game called Alien Hominid, was their first game. And that was on the GameCube, actually. Then they did Castle Crashers. They said, if we had done a sequel, Alien Hominid, we never would have made Castle Crashers. And if we made a Castle Crashers 2, we never would have made Battle Block Theater. So what they were saying is, we don't want to keep making sequels of the same games. We want to keep making different games each time. So, but they say, remastering a game and putting out a new system so a new audience can enjoy it, they're fine with that.
And that's probably a game that I would end up purchasing at some point. I enjoyed that game.
And it'll be on PlayStation 4 and Switch. Probably it's already on Xbox One, I think. So, because I think Microsoft, did they have a part in Castle Crashers? I don't think they did. I think it was a system exclusive, though, for a while there. So. Don't remember. But in addition to that, Cuphead is coming to Switch. And I think that's a great game. I think that's great. I don't like it because I love watching it, don't get me wrong, but I suck at those kind of games, those shooter games where, I'll have to show you later, it's like a 1930s, 1940s animation style. And it looks like you're playing like one of those old cartoon films, you know? But it's just so difficult from what I've heard. I've heard it's too difficult. That means, controller meets the TV kind of thing. I don't want to be throwing my controller through my television.
And I don't think I've played games similar to that, so it'd be something I'd be very foreign to, but I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's up to anybody. I do know, You can play as Mugman or Cuphead, or maybe it's Mughead, I don't know. You can play as either of the guys in this one, and there's some DLC that was released that's all in this one. And there is going to be a physical release, the first time it's actually been physically released ever.
Okay.
Because the original physical release, you opened up the case and you got a piece of paper with a code.
Okay.
And that was on Xbox. And then they said, well, this time we're going to put out Xbox One with a physical disc, but it's going to be after they put out some DLC, and then they'll put it on Switch as well with the patch. That way, again, talking about that, preservation, everything will be on the cartridge.
Yeah.
And hopefully there won't be any patches after that.
Yeah.
Also, Switch related, Nintendo Labo VR has been announced since the last time we talked, and I just showed her the trailer. What do you think?
I think it's a definitely intriguing concept. I mean, I'm wondering if the VR is going to stand up to other virtual reality, like the ones that you have for your phone that are Samsung, like the really, expensive ones.
I think that's the level you can expect, I think, because they said 720p at 30 frames per second, 30 for each eye.
Yeah. But I think for what you're getting, I think it'll still be enjoyable, and especially for kids to be able to experience something like that. And
it's a simpler VR experience. You have to hold it up. They don't want you strapping it to your head. There's no movement sensors. The setup is much simpler, though. That's what's good. And with the whole, STEM thing with kids building it, it's got that benefit. And this time they were going smart, because $80 packages and $60 packages before, they're putting out a $40 kind of starter package where you just get the VR headset and then you get the Canon, which is for an on-rail shooting game. That's what comes in the starter. If you get the other one, you get this elephant thing and this bird with a flight thing for your foot, so you're kind of fanning yourself while you're flying, and a camera.
Yeah, and those are all cool, but I think the $40 is enough to at least get the experience, and it's still fun. So
it does have a garage like the other garage. This time a VR garage, so you can make your own stuff. Hopefully they'll have sharing. I'm doubting it. This is Nintendo. They don't seem to understand online at all. But at the very least, people could put up their ideas and how to recreate it, and then you could make it yourself.
Definitely.
So, good kind of thing. I think I'll pick up the $40 set myself and maybe do it with my son. I think he's at about the age where he might enjoy putting it together, building it. So, now here's one for you I want to ask. Games for boys versus girls.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of people in this last month, and a lot of people are saying, well, Nintendo's going to get more girls later in the year because Animal Crossing's coming out.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing, girls like Animal Crossing. And I'm all like, well, I know some guys, that like Animal Crossing, and I know some girls that hate Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Is it really girls or guys gaming?
Yeah, I don't think it is, because, you could say that Fortnite, if there's a lot of people that say, that's a boys' game. And the girls are not as prevalent per se, but anybody can play any game. I think it really is just your personality and what you're into. I played Madden. I played Madden on PlayStation 2. It was I love sports games. So it's something that I think it really just is your personality.
No, that's I agree. And I played like Stardew Valley. Don't get me wrong. I played Stardew Valley. I really got into it. More so the competitive angle. I was just trying to get my relationships up with all the girls in town. I wanted to be a pimp, basically. And they all loved me, but I wouldn't marry any of them because, I don't want, I got to do them all right.
Yes.
Can't just commit to one. But what was funny about the game is after I got to a certain point, I kind of just got tired of it.
Yeah.
And it wore on me. And I was like, and when I stopped playing, it felt not like I wasn't having as much fun. It felt like I was doing less work. And I was like, that felt like work.
Yeah. Well,
and it did for me.
Well, and for me, I've tried Sims, and a lot of my friends that were girls who played Sims. It was let's play house, but and the thing. And Sims is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it was the same thing for me. It got tedious, and I get to the point where my Sims were peeing on the floor, and just.
See, you were playing it wrong. You gotta do things like get them to go in the swimming pool and then take out the ladder.
Yes.
Or you put them all in the house and take out the doors.
Yes.
And then set the house on fire.
See, I would do that. That would entertain me for a while.
But see, that's just perverting the game for our own evil.
Which I'm all on board for.
Okay.
100% on board for.
And that's why I liked. I was just I try to play it and take it seriously. Even RPGs to a point.
Yeah.
Because it's you're always okay, I gotta make sure I buy enough potions. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy that. You're doing all this inventory management. Oh, I'm carrying too much crap now.
Yep.
And more so like, okay, I played a game, Knights of the Old Republic. Okay. This was a Star Wars RPG game from BioWare. They were like the best at making story games.
Yeah.
And I played this game, and my wife was like, oh, it's wonderful, you gotta play it. I was kind of bored by the story, but I'm a guy, and there's a girl, and I was like, I'm gonna try to get with her. No, listen, this is great. I was like, I'm gonna try to get with her so bad. And my wife's like, that's not what you can do in this game. That's not the point of the game.
You made it happen.
I did. It actually, that did have it in the game. You could sleep with her. So we go in the back of the ship. I don't know if it's the Millennium Falcon or what. Went in the back of the ship. We come back and, we just say, that was fun. We'll do it again sometime. But then I stopped playing. My wife said, you didn't finish the game. I said, no.
Your end goal was...
I finished. Yeah. I finished. No.
That's funny.
we'll block that out. No, it was great though. But that's what it was. It was just like I didn't care about the story, and maybe it's that I like smaller, more immediate satisfaction kind of things like Smash Brothers.
Honestly,
give me a 3-minute match and that's what I'm good for.
Honestly, I think I'm more lean that way too. Because when I was playing Spyro, a lot of the times I'd find myself playing one version of Spyro where there was like a skateboarding thing, and I'd just go into the game, just play that, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm good.
I'm done.
Yep. Yeah. So I didn't have. It's not. I don't think it's an attention span thing. I think it's just really that, like you said, instant gratification, and I like having fun with it, but I'm not necessarily like committed to it all the time.
No, and that's it. Like Mario Kart. Splatoon, Smash Brothers, all those games are like that to me. Mario Aces is like that too. Jump on, do a quick game, and be out.
Yep.
And that's more what I look for in games now. I know like Golf Story, I come back to it every so often, but I play for like 30 minutes, and that just felt like an eternity to me.
Well, and I like the fighting games where you can unlock characters. So I love that Super Smash Brothers has that. And, and Tekken, that was like one of the biggest thrills for me too. Was like, I do like that kind of stuff.
Does it hurt you a bit when you unlock all the characters? You want to get there, but once you're there,
because then you're sad. You're like, well, now what? Now I just get to play with them, I guess.
Yeah. And then you're just like that challenges guy. Yeah, you're like me. You want the challenge and that gratification. You want to get to the next thing, and it's like the story.
Yeah, no, I'm not as concerned about it.
So another game that's announced, I guess it's a story one, but it doesn't have a lot of instant gratification. It's a great game. Borderlands 3 was announced. Xbox, I think PC, and PS4, so Xbox One. Only problem I have with that is no Switch, nothing. And maybe I'm not expecting Borderlands 3, but Gearbox kind of came out with a comment like, well, we're kind of wanting something from Nintendo to, do any work on a game for their system. And it's like Nintendo just kind of is like, we got enough coming out on our system. We don't necessarily need you. I just thought it was kind of pompous of Gearbox to be like, well, if you want us to put our game out in your system and make money off of it, you got to pay us or cover the cartridge fees or something. I don't know what they want, but...
Just unnecessary.
To be honest, I wasn't looking forward to buying Borderlands 2 again or any of the games, but I do gotta say, if Borderlands 3 is coming out, we do have a PS4. My wife will probably pick it up. We probably will play it. I think they said it might be just 2 players simultaneous on the system, hopefully, because I don't want to have another PS4. But even if they don't, the PS2, they're doing Borderlands 2, they're doing a remaster, and that will be 4 players on one console you can do, which previously I think it was a max of 2.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. 4 players, 1 console, Borderlands 2. But still, Gearbox, make something for Nintendo Switch, please.
Yes.
Something. I want to give you my money, I guess talking about Nintendo a little bit, Cadence of Hyrule. This is an indie developer. They're making a game. It's a sequel to Crypt of the Necrodancer. Now, this was some rhythm-based dungeon crawler game. I haven't played it. I've heard it's good. Yeah. And obviously Nintendo thought it was good because they wanted to make a DLC and put Nintendo's characters in as Zelda and Link. And Nintendo saw it and said, no, don't make DLC. Make a whole game. And so they did, and it's based in Hyrule, and it's still the rhythm-based, it looks like. Comes out in spring, which is, I know, a big time range, but it's coming out in spring, and it looks great. It looks great. Has the Zelda music in it, which I love that music. I really do.
Yeah.
It has a look. It looked like like Link to the Past or a Link Between Worlds kind of art style. And all I can say is this is a turning point for Nintendo this year and last year, giving Ubisoft the ability to make Mario Rabbids.
Yeah.
That Starlink game has Star Fox in it. Now they're letting indies use characters. It's nice because Nintendo was very locked up for a long time where they weren't letting anybody use any of their characters.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of starting to open the doors a little more, and I think they figured out, hey, licensing these characters out and letting them use them, we can make more money.
Yeah.
You know, Nintendo, you can't make all the games for your system. Let other people make games using your characters, but then make them make that game only for your system. That's the key.
Well, and I think too, it allows a little more open-mindedness with games. You're not going to keep getting the same formulas of a game. I mean, it's nice to see those characters in an environment that you never would have expected to see them in before, and now suddenly.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah.
I don't think Nintendo would have made a rhythm-based. I'm trying to think rhythm-based games they've had. They did have Donkey Konga way back in the day. There was Rhythm Heaven, which kind of was produced by Nintendo or published by Nintendo.
Yeah.
It never came out. Maybe come out here. I don't know. But not a lot. Not a lot. And it's just opening yourself to new ideas, especially cheaper games, not everything having to be a $60 game. You know, we do have Link's Awakening coming this year, and supposedly there's a new Breath of the Wild style game next year. So like reusing the engine, but a completely different game.
Yeah.
I like the direction Nintendo's going in.
Well, yeah, and if you make less expensive games in that line of thought, then you're going to get new fans, and eventually you're going to make more money because you're getting the people that are starting at a level that they can start at, and then go, oh hey, actually I really love this, I'm going to invest more money in it. Yeah,
that's good. No, definitely. I think that's exactly what they need to be doing. Bring in the people, because not everybody grew up with Link and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Look at me.
I didn't. So.
And I'm getting old, so you know. Now, one game you brought up in your childhood that you did play was Monkey Ball.
Yes.
Not something we've seen on the Switch at all, I don't think.
Yeah, if that came out on the Switch, I would buy it tomorrow.
Yeah, Monkey Ball was great. I don't know how many people out there have played Monkey Ball, but if you have, definitely let us know in the comments. But the thing about that game was not the one, the main mode where you're trying to get through the levels.
That's the main
It was
games.
The battle modes and the mini games, the monkey bowling,
Yep.
Was it Nyan Nyan throwing it down and him going in the gutter? And I get pissed at him, not me. I'd be like, damn it, what are you doing? It was just something I couldn't get over. But yeah, it was like you had that was before. That would have been GameCube and Dreamcast, so that was before the Wii bowling. So that was like my first big bowling game, I guess, on a Nintendo system.
I would agree with that. On any system, that was the first time I really played a bowling game. Yeah, I played it on a GameCube, but
we still have it for GameCube, believe it or not.
Yeah,
we still have it for GameCube, and I love that game still. The one where you have the boxing glove and you're just knocking people off the cliff.
That glove was just like so insane the way it would reminds me of Nintendo Arms.
Oh, God.
A little bit.
Yeah,
like
the spring because of springs on them. Yes, exactly like Arms. But I think that does it for us today. I think that catches you guys up a bit. There's a lot going on this year. E3, I expect to be insane when June gets here. Between now and then, I'm expecting even more news to come out. We just had PAX where we had the Borderlands announcements. I don't know if it's going to stop this year. I think the entertainment world between video games and movies is on fire this year, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All I can say is it's keeping me busy. So
yes. Definitely.
All right. Well, Alex, thanks for coming here. We'll hopefully see more of Alex. If you enjoyed Alex, leave a comment.
Yep.
If you didn't, leave a comment and tell us how she was horrible, which way she was bad, and you never want to see her again.
And you may have to put up with it and just suck it up.
Yeah. That may also happen. It may just be like, we don't care.
Yeah.
But, thank you for joining us. Leave a comment about anything that we didn't talk about, because I'm sure I missed out on some gaming news. I've been busy lately. Sorry. But I'm Jeremy.
I'm Alex.
And as always, don't quote us.
Yeah.